Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, when last we left off, you all had been wandering about the mountains and the woods, hoping to find one of these dragon dragon monasteries. Through some use of the sending spell and the friendship of Frederick, the wandering, odd, misshapen beast that you ran into before. You managed to get pretty close
He was a very nice guy. I quite liked him.
to the Silver Dragon Monastery. Being apprehended by men and women covered in gleaming silver scales, who appeared to either appear out of the mist, some hopped up out of the ground as if it was liquid, others had fists that burned with flames. It was all thing. They marched you to what appears to be their keep, a shifting fortress seemingly made of somehow solidified fog, with a huge dragon resting at the top. So, as you watch the weird solid mist gates crack open, you are led inside. The one,
Now, I believe we saw a spooky dragon.
Yes, it rests. Yeah, it rests at the top of a fairly sizable and large keep.
And it's an actual dragon up there, right? It's not just like
Roll a
of...
perception check. No, I'm kidding. Yes, it's an actual dragon.
Okay, I was ready. But, okay.
No, yeah. You are close enough to it that it's very clear to see that it is like actively moving. It's not a weird statue. It's not a sculpture. Okay. It is a dragon. So, you are led through. You watch as the men who had been mounted atop of these horse-sized drakes, weird lizard things, dismount and slowly take their mounts over to a stable. The one who's been mostly speaking to you turns and says, I don't remember what... Oh, no, yeah, French. It was mostly French. Now, if you could do me a favor of handing over your arms and armor.
Stormy looks visibly worried because he can't take off his armor.
Sam, does everybody give up their arms and... We'll get Stormy in there.
Well, I do.
If I recall, we're bound and gagged? Or just...
Sorry, yes. I'll say
So
they are going to...
Take them.
I get
am
it right.
gagged. I don't
Once
know
again,
about the rest
Thank God.
No, just Varen is gagged, actually. Just Varen was the one who was gagged. My bad,
No.
like I said. Sleep
No, we were all
deprivation.
gagged because
Yeah,
you did the whole bit with Ilya's mask, and you got a piece of wood for my cause, so...
That's right. I'm
they
sorry,
did
like I said, sleep deprivation is quite the bitch. Yeah.
And you said they did quite tight.
Never mind. Little rewind. He'll look over you and he'll just call out, Melva, if you could get his arms and armor and take them to our armory. That's the most helpful. You watch as a little shorter, rather almost boisterous. Like as she walks out, there's almost a spring in her step as she kind of bounces. You know, she's one of those people who seems like bounce. She doesn't walk. She flounces over there. Short, a little, a little bit thicker around the middle. Not what you would call fat or girthy. Just somebody who clearly eats well and exercises.
She got a couple C's on there.
Exactly, yeah, a couple C's on the thick, if you will. A pair of long, very bushy red braids going down her hair. A pair of what appears to be some sort of like almost goggle lenses strapped over her head. This is only human that you've seen so far. She bounces over and starts taking off arms and armor. Oh boy, I'm just seeing shit pop up and I already know. No. This is not based off of Wendy from Wendy's. Anyways,
It could be. It is now.
it could be. I didn't think of it, but yes, it could be. She starts taking off all your arms and armor. Stormy, when she gets to you, she has that same moment that pretty much everybody's had who's worn this armor. She undoes a latch, undoes a latch, undoes a latch. Wait, what's holding it on? Undoes a latch, undoes a latch. And it takes her like a solid maybe half second before she looks back at this guy and she goes, what's up?
Varen may be gagged, but he is visibly laughing as hard as he can.
Okay.
Sounds like something
She
you
looks
would do.
back at you. She looks back at you, and just goes, "Oh, so that's fucking funny, huh? That's fucking funny, is it to you?" And she will start walking over to you, Baron.
Still laughing.
Well then, she's, she just goes, "That, you know what? That is funny. He's right, guys. This is funny." And she smacks your horse on the rear, and as he rears up, you go, "Well, you know, roll a dexterity save."
23.
23. Okay, so you managed to mostly keep yourself in as your horse rears up, and it settles down, and and that feeling of, oh, I'm okay. And then you look down, you see a knife, and you realize that she just cut the girth straps, and you feel the saddle start to shift, and you collapse on your side with your
I
saddle.
thought she was a nice woman.
She was until she got laughed at.
Oh,
Ilya
was she
is now
really?
Ilya is now laughing.
He's so laughing.
She's trying to hide it, but
Okay.
he does
fair
laugh
enough.
when Baron falls off his horse.
Laughing at Varen is always okay.
And she just goes, "So, now that we got that all arranged, you there, Mr. Magical Armor, is there a way to take it off?"
If there is, I haven't found it.
Realizes you're gagged, and she will walk over there and take it off. And
Oh.
questionable. Yada yada, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
we get
yeah.
it. Huh. A
I do
boss?
say I mean nobody any harm.
She looks at you, and the boss guy just kind of gives her a look and just makes a fairly dismissive gesture with his hands. She just kind of shrugs and begins hauling, picks up her little sack over her shoulder of all your guys' stuff and begins hauling it off towards the main keep.
She's strong. She's carrying all of our stuff.
Yep.
Got
Like
all
I
the
said,
loot?
built Tonka tough.
Varen, she's stealing your things.
She flounces off towards the main keep. He starts looking at all of you and he just goes, this isn't you. This isn't you. We seem to be able to trust somewhat well. Do any of your companions speak Draconic?
Just me, my little friend here, and Airtos, the lizard folk. Varen tries, but he's not fluent.
And he'll switch to Draconic and say, well, you know, this tongue is rather hard for humans to handle. You know, I mean, the throat and sound noises just don't come out quite right out of human lips. Walks over and undoes Airtos's. Okay.
It
Walks
was right
over
there.
and undoes the gag around Airtos's mouth. Get a little careful of the teeth. I set myself up again. Okay.
Yeah, you really did.
Yes, I did. The second it came out of my mouth, I thought that's what she
Uh-huh.
said, and so I knew everybody else must be thinking it
That's
too.
what she said.
Oh. So yeah,
Traveler's just rolling really high on his seduction rolls tonight.
listen. Hey, you shit with that ass. Let me wipe you a seat.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Put on some chapstick
Wow.
real quick.
Sleepy Traveler's spicy.
Dude, I have no filter. That's the problem. I used to have no filter, and then I learned through much pain and experience to have one. And then the second that I get a little eepy, it just goes away. So just know that everything that will come out of my mouth for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, is just my raw unfiltered thoughts. Like, this is what happens.
Yeah, the Silver Dragon Monastery is chill.
It's
Huh?
chill, man. No. So he'll look up at you all, well, specifically the two of you, and say, once again in common, my name is Vadrus. I am the I'm the High Priest of the Dragons here. If I decide to let the rest of you speak, do you promise not to be casting any spells? Or being rude, at least?
I just immediately
Uh.
eye shift to Varen and just glare at Varen.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Okay.
that's a high bar to hit for him.
The gag stays on this one. I understand. Yeah, and they will move because you are bound to kind of like help you dismount from the horses. Varen's already. I'm assuming he would have stood up at least by now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Just goes to them.
I figured. Starts helping them down from the horses. So, you said you have information about eggs, young dragons being used as experiments?
Well, they actually have more information on that. I wasn't privy to their encounter with them. And I just like kind of motion towards Airtos, like, do you want to tell them what happened?
Oh yeah. And I'll relay.
Please.
the
If we
information.
could save this for
Oh.
for everybody who needs to hear it, I was just wondering
Oh,
who had so
I-
much information. Evidently, that would be you. And you also speak Draconic, which is rather fortunate because Lacru does not take well to the common tongue. She finds it ugly, if you will.
Reasonable.
Of course. So, if you all would come with me, we can all listen to this tale together. Although I must say, oh wait, sorry. Did there once again, sleepy me memories not great? Did they already ask you about Gale Stormy? Has that come up yet?
They just asked if I knew where she came from, I believe.
Okay, I believe they did. I just wanted to make sure.
I do know they did, like, they didn't just, like, not mention that I had a dragon with me, so they
Yes,
did
okay.
ask where she came from. I believe that was all they said. If I'm wrong, somebody, Aiden, correct me.
They called you Drake Chosen, but yeah, they didn't really ask much other than like, are you with her? And also,
Okay.
not like they didn't get into the history of it.
So he holds out his hand, almost like a hawker, like with a little elbow, and he'll move a little closer to Stormy, and will nod his head to Gale and just go, "Will you accompany me, honored one?"
Do just me, or could I? Could be all-
I mean no respect, sir, but I did not mean you.
Oh.
And in Draconic, he will ask again, "Would you accompany me?"
He's
And
talking
hold
to
his arm
Gale.
out to Gale. Yes.
Yes. Have them take every form of weaponry from us. Perfect.
Not every form.
That's fair.
Yeah, I nod and I look at her, and in Draconic, I'm like, it'll be okay. Go, you can go. And yeah, I think she's gonna just go with them. She's not gonna like climb up on them, but she will like walk beside them.
He looks at her walking, gives her a small bow, straightens, and just goes, if the rest of you could follow us.
And we follow, I guess. Or at
Yeah.
least I do.
Just remember. Though we do not share the temperament of some of the chromatic dragons, pride and rage and wrath are all draconic traits. Yes? Do your best to avoid a massacre. Now, here's something I don't think I ever thought we'd get to do. We're gonna do some role playing with Gale.
Oh.
So,
Do you want me to
So-
talk to her?
yes.
Okay.
So, as he begins walking up the stairs, he begins speaking to Gale once again in Draconic. Honored one, I must ask, how did you come by this human? Especially at such a young state. The Drake Keepers of the Blue monasteries are well competent. Is he a member of your enclave there?
Gail looks back at Stormy and she goes, he's... Traveler, did you mean to say human? Or was that a slip?
Sorry?
Because Gale's an air genasi.
Oh yeah, sorry. I meant human. I should have said like personage.
Okay. I didn't know
Sorry,
if there was
my
something I didn't know about Stormy.
No, maybe.
Okay. Should I just...
That was a slip, yes.
You're fine.
Freudian
I
slip?
was-
More than
I
Canian
don't
slip?
know if it's that type of slip.
Hey yo.
Uh,
Alright.
I was alone on an island, and he was small, and he needed help. So I helped him. And we've been best friends since.
Kind of cocks his head. An island. Do you know when this was?
She's gonna be like approximately, and then however long ago we said.
Oh gosh, yeah, we can decide that later. But it was a number of years, right? Just checking.
Yeah, because we were on the island for a number of years together, and then I was
And
on
then
the ship
yes.
for a number of years with her.
yes, I was just making sure because if I remember right, that was like young teen to slightly older teen
Yeah.
Stormy when he woke up. Yeah. Okay. So he kind of stops, takes a little stutter step as he's climbing the stairs, and just goes, other than recent events, I have not heard of any eggs going missing for any time. You have no memory beyond this. You've never come across any other of your kind or any other.
No, the captain used to say something about me being a gift from the Stormbreaker. Because like if I get too hurt, I kind of disappear, and Stormy can just come back. So I never thought I was born.
Kind of cocked his head to the side and he just goes, forgive me, but you may not be what I assumed. And he'll kind of stop everybody on a landing. By the way, while this conversation is happening, you guys have been escorted inside. And inside is that same, it almost looks like marble, the way everything is gleaming white, but then there's these deep grays that are constantly shifting and swirling in every surface. You walk into a very grand dining slash almost like cafeteria like it is very big and grand, but there's also like four long tables that you can see. There appears to be some sort of hierarchy. One head table with two or three older people eating at it. Two tables filled with nothing but the scaled individuals. One that seems to hold kind of like the everybody else kind of category. You have a couple humans, a couple elves, some other folks who have all kind of built themselves a separate cordon. And then the fourth table is occupied almost solely by pretty much everybody like 15, 16 and younger, who all, regardless of race, have their heads shaven, and you can see small bruises and welts cover their bare shoulders and forearms as they eat. You go up. We'll say you're on the second level, and it appears to be rooms, lots of grand tapestries of silver dragons. You haven't seen any necessarily treasure, but there's signs of, I'll say, grandeur everywhere. Everything is nice. Everything is amazing and prudent and well crafted. So, with that out of the way, he stops and he puts his hand down to Gale's level and he just goes, "May I?"
She eyeballs him, but she doesn't look like, she looks a little cautious, but she lets him do whatever he's trying to do.
All he does is pet. He just puts his hand on her head, very lightly. Just kind of closes his eyes.
She eats it up.
Yeah, I was about
Her
to say,
attitude
yeah.
immediately changes to, cat,
Yeah, but I was about
Matt.
to, doing like the headbutt. Yeah.
Immediately.
He chuckles a little and starts. It turns from like what was supposed to be like a reverent hand gesture into like stroking down her spine, from the noggin down to the tail, and just does that a couple times. And this is, you said he's your friend, yes?
Yes.
Not master, you have
sorry.
not been.
Yeah.
You're not under the effect of, this is not the effect of a spell.
No, as far as I know, I'm here by choice. I love Stormy. I'll do anything for him.
And he kind of, once again, down, kind of already hunched over, he gives her one more bow. You are not what I thought.
She also bows.
But that, oh, very nice. Nice touch. But that does not mean you are any less worthy than our own scaled kindred. And he straightens up. Well, if this next floor will take us up to her, the Grand Master of this keep, and well, prepare to comport yourselves effectively. And he walks up into, for the first time in in pretty much today, clear skies. You can see the layer of thick mist spreading out across this valley before you for miles and miles. Rocky, craggy peaks jutting from either side in one long valley, slowly winding to where it suddenly makes a left turn and it just ends in a wall of stone. Standing above you, looming and monstrous and gigantic, yet still beautiful because of the quality of its scales, the way that they almost shimmer like the purest, most beautiful form of silver is a dragon. You see one or two others, we'll say two just for specificity's sake, floating around on wings above you. And this massive voice rumbles from this dragon's maw. But what are you? I have been told you have information for me, yes? What kind of information is it that you could bring to somebody of my stature? And she's looking at all you.
I'm going to look directly at Airtos and be like, I'm telling the nice person about the eggs that you guys found.
Yeah, hello. We, several months ago, we were in a wizard's tower, and there was evidence and research and notes about dragon eggs having been stolen and, like, experimented on there. Yeah.
You can see as you say this, she gives a snort. Out of the nostrils flares. Oh boy, actually, I need to remind myself. I believe silver dragons do
Ice.
ice. As I say, I want to say it was ice. A gust of icy air puffing out of the nostrils. You all kind of feel your eyelids crackle, and your noses and cheeks suddenly get a little rosy as it floods over you.
Stormy's hair looks like snow clouds now.
Experimented? What kind of experiments could people do on a young, helpless egg?
Definitely nothing good, because we didn't encounter any draconic entities, experimented or non, when we were there, but we did encounter other creatures that were clearly modified in some way with like weird black goop, and there was
Above
some
table.
elements of anti-magic, and yeah, it was bad.
Above table, didn't we collect the sample? Do we still have that? And
I believe
also,
Vicky had it. Or
Yeah,
is
but
it
it's probably in the bag of holding.
I was about to say,
Oh.
unless somebody specifically held on to it, it was in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Good job,
Uh,
Stormy.
Let me
wasn't
look
even in
through.
that, it
Let
was
me
with
look
Vicky.
through my backpack of shit. and see
That
if I
was-
have anything useful.
Here's the funny thing. You guys keep making that joke. I'm not gonna pretend I know how that all would have gone. But like, that could have gone a lot of different ways, and it could have gone a lot worse had Stormy
I
not
feel like,
did.
yeah, I feel like we did get best multiverse on that one.
But by the way, we at least knew what the Icar was, right? We'd heard the legends from the Lockhart, and we figured out that it was likely, what was it called? That Icar that flows out of the.
Yeah. So what you're thinking of, it is the. No, it can't quite be called blood at this point. Icar is probably a bit overrun. It's the Icar that leaks out of the cracks of the prison made for the Mad Corpse.
Okay, that was before
Dark
my
one.
note taking, so I did not remember. But
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Thank
Well,
God
somebody
I'll find it.
did. Somebody
Yeah.
did. So that's just free chicken for you. Yeah. There's legends and tales of a. The long story short is there was a rebellion, and an elder soulborn, not quite a tyrant, but somebody from the noble caste, managed to put a small crack in the prison of the.
Yeah. And all of the
Oh,
I
legends
remember
gods
that
is
now.
needed
Yes,
with
of the
man.
Mad Corpse, and
I remember that now. Yeah.
yes. So that is where. Yeah. So now there's what are called shard bearers, which you know about because you met one, and then there are and yeah, and ever so slowly, a black kind of ichor falls from it that is said to corrupt things. Yeah. And it's a whole thing process.
So,
All right, so
at least we know what it is, so we can tell the dragon. That's. Because I was hoping we could give a sample that might, ingratiate us, but at least we know what it is.
So,
We know it's
yeah, so sorry, remind me of exactly how you replied, Ertos. Just vague synopsis.
yeah, that the experimenting was bad, and now that I know that I knew what the Icar was, I will explain where it's from and that it is corrupty.
You watch as like the back of the neck going down the spine, these massive blade-like spines, the scales around them kind of rustle a bit. And her voice, now deathly quiet, just says,
Those fools were mad enough to play with the Icar of a dead god. That is what you are telling me.
Yes.
At this point, Kara's gonna be like,
This
"What's the
thing-
Icar?"
I think this is all in Draconic, so you just hear grunts
Yep.
and growling.
yeah, no, you
You
guys
have
are hearing
no
these
idea.
weird, like, it's a lot of hissing, it's a lot of non-verbal stuff, too, I would
The
imagine.
roars. Airtos is roaring certain words. Just
Yeah.
And I'm getting like every
Yeah,
fourth word.
You're getting every like fourth, maybe fifth word. Yep, that is what's happening.
Where am I?
You think you're like, but we didn't go to a bathroom. What do you mean? Oh, that wasn't bathroom. He said, was it?
Draconic. 100 hours left. I'm actually.
Okay, so you're also getting you're only really missing every fourth word. Then I thought you fair enough, you have more time than I realized. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice.
Wait.
Anyways, yes.
No, I'm counting this wrong. It's one every like 5 words. My bad.
Okay.
Either way.
I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, she did. So she did ask. Those fools are experimenting with the ichor of a dead god. That's what you're telling me. Is what she asked you.
Yeah, I don't know if they still are, but they definitely did at
Or
some
what
point.
You can also let her know that we think it's a faction within the Empire that's plotting some shit. God knows what, but...
For all you know, I have let her know that.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind,
Oh,
my
no.
character has no idea. I'm just in case you've forgotten as well. Once again, we
No,
at
I-
least know there's some.
No, the
Here
note
to
taker
make
has
sure
not
that it was-
forgotten.
Yeah.
No,
Why do you
yeah.
think?
Phoenix,
Why do
if
you
he
think
asks
I was?
specifically about who or where it is? We'll talk about it.
Why do you think I was like, hey, Airtos, why don't you tell the nice
Well,
dragon lady what we need to know?
Let's circle back a little bit.
Who is this? Who visits this monster maker?
Well, his name was Apinix. He's definitely dead now. We're pretty sure by his, at the hands of his experiments.
He got what he
He-
deserved.
Uh,
Have you found any more of these experiments in the more laboratories?
no, we did encounter some again more recently, but not in a lab. They were sort of sent after us, or at least they were the pets or the tools of someone who was after us.
Yeah, we just know that they want the tokens to open the gate to the Mad, whatever the fuck his name is.
The Mad Corpse.
The Mad. Is it the Mad Corpse or the Mad King?
That
Corpse.
corpse.
Corpse. Okay.
He might have been
I
a
don't
king
think
at one point when he was alive, but now he's certainly
When he was
dead.
alive, he was a god.
The King of King.
The king
You,
of the gods.
some would say.
Some would say. So yeah.
Anyway.
You see, there's this quiet moment where you can almost like see with her eyes flickering around. She's kind of processing stuff. She kind of mumbles to herself. So, what exactly do you wish to gain from me for sharing this information? What is it that you want?
I'll sort of look to Stormy. I'm not sure there's anything we specifically want. We just thought this might be helpful for you, and we don't really have any love for the tyranny. Quite the
All the
opposite.
people behind this entire plot, to be
Really?
fair, they've been kind of fucking with us pretty maliciously, but
And I mean, it would be nice to, be able to be around here and not be tried to be killed.
There's people who are after us for this information that we have. So we were seeking refuse and perhaps a partnership, so to speak.
also to save the villagers, I guess, to some degree. We don't hate them.
That's why I said partnership.
Surgeon, butcher, something. Yeah.
We're good people, right? Right? We're not bad guys, are we?
No.
I
Oh.
see.
Tell us
In
about
somebody's story, we are.
And well, everybody's the bad person in somebody else's heart. That's fine.
Exactly.
Point. I would never mess about in that way, would I? Never.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
no.
Because I would. Oh, anyway.
Well, fair enough. So, protection. Not that shit. These things I can't catch. Is there any more? You wish to impart?
I'm gonna look at the rest of the party, and in common, I go, "Is there anything else they need to know besides?" And then I break down kind of the short version of what we told her in Draconic.
Well, I'll definitely mention. What about the fucking badger? That badger, you know, Varen doesn't seem to like that badger very much. Is the badger evil or some shit?
yes, but that's small fry compared to a dragon, I think. We did. I'll say in Draconic to the Grandmaster. Before we left Stoneguard just recently, we did read something about the people in the tyranny who you just spoke to about, their deadline. They said something about if they have knowledge of the Cold Warden and where he is, they need to find him. We don't know what that means or who that is, but
And she kind of like, it's not almost, well, yeah, it's almost not anger. Have you ever seen like a cat get annoyed and they kind of flick their tail a little bit?
Yes.
She kind of does that,
Yes.
except it takes the top off of like this weird marbly stone battlements about 10 feet to your left. The Cold Warden, the Lord of Snowy Places, otherwise known, the current one at least, as Lexit Soulfire. Have you thought? Well, we thought that we had taken him off the board, but we shall see. Huh? No.
The gagged Varen is
Once again,
mouthing
you're picking up
and making
every.
noises. So
You're picking up every like fifth word.
no.
If you want
as to
oh.
what Stormy.
Yeah,
had
because I
asked.
did say in common, does anybody else have anything they want to impart? And then broke down what we had told them. I do motion towards Varen, and I'm like, "Could somebody ungag him? I believe he has something to say."
All right. The archpriest just kind of shrugs, will look over and undo Varen's gag, and then take a very conspicuous few steps away from Varen.
You gotta wash those rags.
Before
Hello.
you start talking,
By the way,
Varen.
I'm
Actually,
also
and then
moving away from
as
Varen.
I say
What-
hello, I'm like, and I look to Stormy. Yeah. So, I don't think you ever met him. Mycelio, one came
oh right.
before you. So we also learned that their last like big meeting, they were attacked by abominations or something that they said, something similar. Any more information on that? If they know about Mycelio, maybe, or what happened during that summit that might have happened. Just a bit more information there, because that's something we're lacking. Is information about that.
Nope. Stormy turns around. He goes, they're looking for information on someone named Mycelio, and then I, tell about everything that Varen just said.
So once you say the name Mycelio, I have not opened up this in a long time.
I deleted his character sheet. I'm just telling you right now.
I'm glad I. Oh, please tell me I wasn't stupid enough to. I should have it still. Hold on.
I might have it.
Drive.
I figured
know-
I might as well ask about the big thing
I
that
do have
caused
it.
the character
Oh, no.
leaving and all that.
I don't have it.
Backstories. Oh no.
I do know this last name.
I only need one thing that I forgot. I know I know enough of the rest to work with it. I just need to know one thing. Do you remember his last name?
Gemforge.
Gemforge. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
When you say mycelio, once again, what was before you'd sensed annoyance when you brought up the Cold Warden. As you bring that, a deep growl begins at the base of the throat and out at the neck. Did you mention he was a friend? Did you call him friend specifically?
I say it was somebody that they knew.
Okay.
Because I don't think Varen would have said. I mean, Varen didn't say friend, and I don't. It's not
I
a
said it
retell
was
story
The
about
guy before
mycelia.
that, the guy that came before you.
Yeah, he's somebody they knew, the travel companion.
Check. I didn't think so, but just wanted to check.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah. Deep in the throat, this growl begins to reverberate, echoing even though you're on top of a wide open, the top of a tower.
You know that traitor.
Okay.
You are.
Traveler.
You watch as the cold. Yes.
Would I happen to have picked up the word traitor?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh please.
That'd be a
16.
hell of something to pick up.
$16.
Okay.
Because if you pick that up, Varen
I'll
is
say yes. With a 16, I will say sure.
Yeah, we didn't know that guy. Yeah, he was such an asshole.
Varen's a little shaken.
We
Okay. Sorry. I need to refocus. So yeah. And you feel frost and cold beginning to condense around you, causing you guys to shiver and shake just a little bit. And once again, you notice conspicuously that like all of these guards and people are just like, it's almost like comic the way that they're essentially like pushing themselves against the far walls of the top of this tower in order to not be close to you guys.
Taylor is looking at Cade because even though he
Are
doesn't
we
know
about
what,
to fight a dragon?
no,
My god.
There's no way, right?
I have no idea who Mycelio is, but I'm just assuming somehow Cade was being an asshole,
No.
and that it's somehow Cade's fault.
Cade.
Wrong
I mean,
character.
it should be Baron.
Wrong
Varen.
character. Different
Okay.
character that could have caused problems.
And so
Oh my god. We're.
I'm like, what did he say?
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
we
Yeah,
used
sure.
to know him.
Somebody
Friend
I
to us.
used to know.
We do know that he was tasked by a Soulborn to do something. We didn't get the particulars, but to come out here, I'm assuming based off of
This is Soulborn. This is somebody that you work for too, yes?
previously, yes, to get us not murdered in the tyranny. That was a helpful alliance. Not necessarily someone we hold love for, you
Well,
know?
to be fair, she's on the opposite side of to some degree, at least politically. to our knowledge.
But, I mean, yeah, but she's still Soulborn.
Yeah, fair enough.
no. The massive head swings down over you, Erdos.
I apologize in advance to all the
Uh,
players present currently.
And
Oh.
you hear shaking the air around you. Look me in the eye. Do you work for them now, yes? Or have you been truthful throughout these negotiations?
I think the initial her getting close had him looking down, but then at the "Are you being truthful?" he I'll stand up straight and match her gaze, although still terrified.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I'm always truthful. We
Okay.
do not work for her now. We sort of bungled a thing before. She wanted us to do things we didn't agree with.
Okay.
No one really likes us anymore.
Just on the
Make
tyranny.
me a persuasion.
We
check,
have no real allies right now.
because that is the truth. It's a matter of how well you can get that across.
Could he get advantage because it is the truth?
Yeah, sure.
Hey.
Nice.
Don't you dare guide
There's
us,
no way-
buddy. Don't.
there's-
Because as soon as magic starts getting cast, that dragon is going nuts. Like, spike
well,
you.
yeah,
If I hear guidance come out of your mouth, I swear to God.
I did
Dramatic
not.
anyway.
Shut
he
the hell
can't.
up.
I didn't.
It's fine.
He's-
Don't even
Did
think
it?
about it.
I had a
You
thought.
did.
I had a
You
very
did.
stupid thought where I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna let
We
this
know,
go
all of us knew exactly what was going to happen as soon as your little icon lit up on our screen.
I don't like this. I'm being bullied."
Hey,
It's
I
not
do
bullying
like
if it's
that-
true.
So what
It
did
is
you
true.
roll, Erdos?
Hey, wait, can't Glenn help, maybe?
No,
Provide a
that's
help?
why I
That's-
said
it's already
the
got the
advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that
Because
was
it's
Glenn
true.
helping by giving Aiden advantage. Not even that wasn't even a Stormy action. That was a Glenn action.
So,
Uh, one less than max for a 26.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
yeah.
God.
Nice.
Oh,
right.
DC 30. Damn.
yeah, DC 30, rolling it now.
You're dead.
All right, no, it
Imagine
was
he
the
had guidance.
truth. It was the
Yeah.
truth. So it was. So
Just have to convey that. Not
you
so
look up
shitty.
into this icy white eye, one slit of a pupil, and you can feel. It's not even. It's not just the physical presence. It's not even magic. It is the sheer weight of power that this massive being holds. Before its head sweeps up above you and and snorts once more. May stay, if that is your wish. I must convene with my contemporaries. You are confined to the keep until I can return.
Thank you.
And with that, you watch a pair of her massive wings unfold, snapping open, before she begins to take off gracefully for a creature of her size into the air, heading south. Walking over, or if I can speak.
Stormy unclenches his weapon a little bit.
Fair. Very. Very fair. All right. The Archpriest Vadros walks over and kind of careful of the spikes, puts his hand on your shoulder, Stormy. Had I known of your prior affiliation with the Gem Hearts, I probably would have killed you. So it is good that you did not bring it up before now, yes?
Stormy's
What
like,
the
I
fuck just happened?
Stormy looks at him. He's like, I never met the guy. I don't know.
Well, I do not mean you. I mean your group in particular. I understand.
I didn't know
but-
him either. I
listen-
don't know what a Basilio is. I
listen,
swear to God, I'm innocent.
yeah,
I do not want
we-
to fuck with dragons.
We knew him for like a little while. What happened? Can you tell us what happened there? We don't know anything. One day he got picked up by a soulborn and ditched us all. So
Kind of asshole. Sounds like an asshole.
uh,
Wow,
He
what a
was-
dick.
he was interesting. It's the first time I met anybody like him until today. I mean, it's monastery.
Yeah,
That,
but just leaving you like that, who would do that?
but is that something you can tell us?
It is no great secret around here. Eventually, someone, and he'll look over, and you can see kind of peeking, just eyes in the top of a head are showing. The Melva kind of like peeking her eyes up above the stairwell, and she ducks back. She looks over there. Somebody's bound to tell you at some point, and that is not
Uh,
exactly hidden knowledge.
Can we quickly? Can I get rid of these bindings? Like, are we cool now?
Kind of like. It takes a second to think, Bench, because. Just alright. And goes and once
Before
again. takes a
before
knife.
anything, before anything, can my friend Ilya get her mask back, please?
She has her mask still.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, I thought
They
took it with
they
the
Oh,
bag.
yeah,
gagged her.
I
bag
begged like
underneath
a
it.
little baby to have my mask, so
Okay.
I kept it.
And it worked.
It did.
Okay, I thought they took it when they gagged you. I'm sorry.
Nope, I pulled
Nope.
up the puppy dog guys, and they
Fine,
let me keep
Stormy.
it.
Also,
Stormy doesn't want to be a good friend. Then I'll just sit over here quiet.
also, not to be paranoid, are we good with having our weapons back, or no? While we're here, or what's
We're-
the deal with that?
we don't need our weapons, Baron. It's
We
fine.
don't.
I'm just
We're not even
asking.
worried. We're not even worried about our weapons right now, Baron.
He'll just put a hand on your shoulder, and I'm just saying no. So he goes and starts cutting everybody's all of your bindings.
Also,
How did you guys
I
fuck
know-
with dragons?
I know the Grandmaster has to go talk to her compatriots, but if there's anything you need us to do, like to help out with, or
Exactly, Drew.
I don't know. go do, we would be happy to help.
Looks his head and looks at you. Are you afraid to fight?
I'm sorry, could you say that again? There was crackling over your talking.
Are you afraid to fight?
I'm not. I can't speak for anybody else.
I'm pretty good with heights.
We may be able to find something to help you help take care of this. Help you
Okay.
take care of us under strict supervision, of course.
Yeah,
So-
just let me know.
Of course. Yeah, somebody is hella staticky. That's fair. So, well, yearly, the archpriest of every dragon keep and the Grand Master, who is the head of that particular color or metallic sheen, if you will, gather for a conclave to share information, settle feuds, do our best to have diplomacy even over the more violent aspects of dragonkind. It often does not work, but we try our best. During this last one, oh goodness gracious me. Maybe 2 years ago. 5 dragon eggs were stolen from the Bronze Dragon Keep. It was rather scandalous, kept very quiet, and the archpriest, the elder Gemheart, was placed under suspicion. Evidently, in a bid to give him a chance to clear the air, if you will. He sent his son wandering, as some of us are out to do throughout the world. Under what guise, I do not know. Only the egg keepers and the archpriest knew of this at the time. Then, we got word that these eggs were being smuggled. Through our various agents, we found that they had been smuggled throughout the tyranny. Through one means or another, we couldn't track them. Just vague stories and curious sailors taking a peek into crates they shouldn't. Gemhat, being the representative of the bronze, considered the most level-headed of the keeps. They had an affinity for adventurers such as yourselves, sending out into the world, to the other keeps, and to many places to explore, to earn fame and fortune, and things as this ilk. They decided, through various means, to bring a single representative of the tyranny. However, with no real way of finding their way to us through the mountains and rather dangerous territories, a representative was picked. Somebody who apparently was quite conveniently placed. Your mycelial. So the conclave took place. Their representative showed up. But then the representative showed up. At first things were rather stiff, but at least we shall say not hostile. They denied any official knowledge, of course, and we were bartering over different ways that we could get our eggs back and different ways that we could continue our investigation with more solid footing. A step towards cooperation between the Dragon Keeps and the Soulfire Tyranny. Possibly even lasting peace, if it had gone well. And on the second day, he walked into the chamber. All of the archdragons, or all of the archpriests and the Grandmaster Dragons, all gathered into one large chamber. So the representative took his place to speak. Mycelio was there, as the guide, as was I, watching my uncle, the old archpriest. Well, not old, but former, I should say. Before any of us had time to react, his words of diplomacy turned to activation. A teleportation circle was opened right in the heart of the conclave. And monsters, beasts, came roaring out. Wolves that took our key and those of us who know any form of magic and turned it against us.
No.
Great bears who
No.
very presence seemed to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Great bears whose very presence seems to be antithetical to magic itself. Even the breath of an ancient dragon could not pierce the circles, the auras of these bears.
And finally, the last thing, oh, the last thing took spring from this wretched circle. A dragon. Dragon like anything I've ever seen. All sorts of colors, forms, sheens dancing across its scales. The most powerful warriors lined up to stop it. The grandmasters themselves rose up in their fury at such a thing, and had it been just that, it might have been enough. But the priests, the monks, we've occupied with the smaller things. The dragons, not used to their breath, their spells being not enough, panicked and were flustered. My uncle died. Many died. He lost 3 grandmasters that day. Outside of honor duels, grandmasters hadn't been lost in the last 10 centuries. And he lost 3 to those wretched mutants. The dragon and a handful of others escaped, vanishing in a flash of magic. And in the dust lay Mycelio, the one who guided them to the mountains. And his father, the one who vouched and said that peace should be offered. That is what happened. We have given the tyranny an ultimatum. Not because we expect them to follow it, not because we even expect peace to be possible. But we expect to at least get one straight answer from somebody who has some sort of power in that accursed hierarchy. We want to know why they didn't just look us in the eyes and attack us when they did.
Sir, a few quick questions.
Was there a badger involved?
If I show you a picture of one of these wolves, would you be able to confirm if it's what you saw?
Actually, that day will be burnt into memory.
I will, minor illusion, a picture of a image of those wolf things that got sent after us.
Yep.
I just picture
Recently.
Baird pulling out a cell phone and just swiping through his gallery. Just, did it look like this?
And I will
He
show
looks-
it to him.
Looks at it. Some of there were some of those there. Yes.
All right, and you said that so there was Mycelio, but there was also a Soulborn representative, a man.
It was a man. Yes.
Huh. That's odd.
And did you guys execute Mycelio and his father after that?
They are currently being held in the conclave chambers, awaiting a trial. Things have been chaos. New archpriests have been elected. New grandmasters have been raised in the ranks of the dragons.
This is gonna sound like a real.
Then don't say it, Varen.
I'm sure with the dragon, I don't have much knowledge of dragons. The little I do is arcane nature that I learned a little bit and a bit from this book that I've got. But dragons can see through illusions, correct? There's no chance that this Soulborn was
Someone else.
not a Soulborn.
They can see very well through illusions. As far as we know, he was what he said.
And one last thing, if you remember it, when the Soulborn used his magic, did the markings on them, did it light up?
Yes.
What was the color?
It's a purple.
Remind us, what color is Powder's markings?
So yeah, white. If they glow a faint white, that is the
Fine.
lesser case. Yeah, the lesser case. They are business and small landowners. They govern towns. They do things like that. Noble cased are blue. Purple. You've never actually seen anything glow purple before.
That's horrifying, actually.
And because
Yeah.
what's
That's
his
not
name
good.
was green, right?
Alexit?
Yeah, the
Oh no,
Whoever
you're
founded
sorry.
the ocean.
No. Green was the captain.
Yes.
Green was Captain
Captain
Ivan Verlin.
What about
Yes.
Powder? We would have seen Powder. Oh, I mean,
Hers are
Lilith would
blue.
have seen Powder.
Hers are blue.
Didn't we see? We didn't see. We heard that someone was purple, wasn't it?
Yeah, you did.
Tyrant's second or third son, something.
The third son. Yes.
Third son, yeah.
the
He was
Uh,
at that town. That's the only one we've
Yep.
heard had purple.
Right.
yeah
And
Jason Momoa.
That's Alexit.
Jason Momoa. He's not Jason Momoa. I mean,
Maui.
he's not.
Oh.
Not
Okay,
that you can
so
convince
we
us
did
otherwise.
Okay, no.
You're
So
welcome.
okay, all right, we're gonna get into it. The thing that inspired him falling from the sky the way he did was not Jason Momoa. It was none of that. Has anybody here seen an anime called Blue Exorcist?
Yes.
I've heard of it.
I've
Not
seen
seen
Okay.
it.
So it's one of my girlfriend's favorites. She got me really into it as well. We don't have time to get into the details of why everything is happening, but there's very much a father figure who is an exorcist. They exorcise demons, but in this case, they can do that with guns. And so this
Whoa.
grandfatherly figure rides a massive bird demon down from the sky into this temple, into a temple. Long story as to why it happened, but it's such a cool scene. I really wanted to include it, and I knew there was a character that needed to be in a certain place at a certain time to do a certain thing. So I decided, I'm like, you know what, screw it. He's gonna ride something out of the sky. Now I have to make that make sense, and so I did.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, there's. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying so.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's. I'm gonna look to the party. We're fine saying everything, right?
We are not hiding anything.
Well,
But don't
they
be
don't
rude.
seem affiliated with
Now that
the
you said
people
that
who tried
out
to
loud,
kill
you
before.
have to say
Yep.
everything.
And now that you said that loud, there's just kind of a little cocked eyebrow.
So
We're not holding anything.
you guys aren't the first people that we told about the eggs.
Fair.
After we found them, at that point we were traveling with Mycelio, and we had come back from the Wizard's Tower. I had heard in passing about the existence of the tower and looking for power and riches. I grabbed these people and we were in the Fingerling Isles, and we went to a Wizard's Tower in the Fingerling Isles. That's where we found the eggs, or what was left of them. And when we came back, waiting for us was the Soulborn Mage Lady Powder
No, we met Powder
have-
before we
You have
found
heard of the lady?
the tower,
N-
if I'm
Let
not
him
mistaken.
tell
no,
story.
we didn't. We met her the moment that we.
Oh yeah, no,
met
yeah,
her-
afterward, yeah.
So she was there to pick up Stormy, but when we were
Celio.
there, we let her know about what happened. I mean, trying to gain any favor we could. We were a bunch of nobodies, so we let her know, and then she took Mycelio, and they left together. So, if that Soulborn, whoever they were, that was there, if there was any exchange of information, he would have known something. So, I'm not a fan of the tyranny. Anyone can ask. But I have a feeling that maybe that Soulborn is part of a smaller group that are focused on trying to start some type of conflict. It doesn't sit right. It doesn't. I don't know. That's just my food for thought.
So you are saying that perhaps there is some sort of internal cabal or people with other motives and means?
Oh, that's definitely happening.
I mean, I don't trust one Soulborn not to be looking to take another one out and for power. That being said, in terms of people tricking Soulborn, we've encountered a being that has made it his job to collect keys and trick Soulborn.
What kind of keys?
His eyes do narrow a bit at the mention of keys and being.
This probably isn't. I don't
You
know,
were really
minor
confused what
illusion.
the fuck keys are?
Minor illusion. Unapo's face. We know him by the name of Unapo. For the best that we can tell, his goal is the resurrection of the mad corpse.
Which is taking a few leaps. Really, all we've seen him do is shit start and do everything in his power to collect keys, whatever. If he wants the Mad Corpse or if he's working for somebody, we don't know that. It's a lot of speculation on his motives and what his goals are, but he is very clearly a player.
He's
over
an enemy
there.
of the tyranny. He's an enemy of the Lockliers. He's an enemy of Risker Patan. He's an enemy of many now.
Well, he's an enemy of the tyranny, but then he's also not the enemy of every person in the tyranny or even every soulborn. So
Yeah,
it's weird.
See,
Soulborn over at
You
Risker,
mentioned
but
the
no one seemed to like
Lockliers.
him.
You see his you see one of his eyebrows kind of cock up for a moment. Who knows the Lockliers, huh?
We do.
Yeah.
We're the Lockliers.
Good friends with Zunir Locklier.
I'm so lost.
At
Sorry,
that,
who
at that,
the
his
fuck are they?
his other eyebrow shoots up. You are friends of the Bull Champion.
Well, we used to be. We haven't talked to him or seen him in a while.
But we did save him from that badger as he... Yeah. I'd say friends. He likes us. Maybe you guys
I don't-
more than me, but yeah.
I don't
See-
think he knows my name.
He's
Yeah.
he knows
He
the name,
did.
Ergo.
He did mispronounce your name a fair bit.
He did.
But
He,
But he
he
was
called
also
me
drunk.
Beartoes,
He
though.
called you air toe. He either called you air toes, ear toes. He called you a few different.
Beartoe is what I have
it was
written down.
Beartoe.
Oh, that's right,
I
Beartoe,
did
yeah.
put it in my notes.
Air
Yeah.
toe. That's what it was. My
Which
bad.
is
I knew
close
he
enough.
mispronounced it. I forgot. I thought it was. I thought he said ear toe, not bear toe. My bad. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, he, we went through some blood pact thing with him to share secrets, and I talked about...
What?
What?
Go ahead. That was Glenn. That wasn't Stormy. That was Glenn.
I am looking. I do kind of step up next to Baron. Hey,
There's
buddy, you remember when you were talking to him,
Yeah.
and he specifically said, and he specifically made us make an agreement about certain things? Yeah,
Yeah,
you're about
we
to be
couldn't-
breaking that.
No, because I'm saying
Don't
that
know
we
if
made
that
him.
I don't know if that will have a negative effect or not, but I'm gonna step a few steps away from you just in case your head
That's
explodes.
probably smart.
And I move away from him specifically.
It's fine.
I would have done that either way.
He gave us instructions
There's only
or
3
abilities
fronts.
to meet other people, another Lockliar. We tried, we thought about doing it, but we got waylaid. I've got a personal vendetta against this little badger. So
Ertos like
I
points
don't
at the
know why.
scars on
Badgers
his
have
neck
always
and
been
stuff.
very nice to me, but it seems like badgers don't like you very much.
you haven't met this badger, Kiros.
So, yeah, it's for like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
did meet him, technically, for a little bit. He was shooting lightning at you. It was very interesting.
Oh, that is true.
You weren't
Didn't
there.
know
You were
badgers
so
were
Yeah,
far
you
away.
no, you weren't there. Oh yeah, yo, you
No,
weren't
I
there
was-
yet. You only saw him when he was
I saw from the
hovering over us
distance.
trying to kill us.
Yeah, I saw from the
Yeah,
distance. Remember, my crow was flying
Oh
over the
yeah,
battlefield.
but
the
yeah,
other time.
that's true. Your hawk's on.
Well,
Yeah,
everything.
semantics.
Yeah.
He looks
Bird
up
boy.
at you, and so he before it had always been kind of wary. He treated Ertos, Ilya, and Stormy a bit more. I'll say there was always a sense of like general respect, but this is kind of the first time you feel like he almost has a regard as you tell him this. The Tyranny and the Luckless have a very terse relationship, but if you stood up to a being that could that could come what's the word I'm looking for? Shit. that could
Annihilate him.
hold down, I'll say, that could hold down the bull champion, you are mightier than I first surmised.
Yeah.
I have met
Gale
I have-
flexes.
He gives a little chuckle. I have seen many a people fight, but it is nothing entirely to see that man in his in all of his we'll call it his battle rage. Yeah. Anyways, the grounds are yours. Feel free to get acquainted. While you have been given a level of trust here, there are still certain doors that should be locked to you. Should you be found within either the egg chambers or the room of tranquility and peace, the egg keepers or the guardians shall do their best to kill you where you stand. Both are guarded behind a locked door, so it is rather hard to accidentally stumble into them.
Gale is climbing up onto Stormy's armor and looks dead at Varen and does like the finger points at her eyes and then back at Varen.
Yes, Gale, I know I've been known to stumble through a few locked doors before, but respectfully, Grandmaster, no, wait,
Archpriest.
Priest.
Archpriest, yes. Respectfully, Archpriest, egg chamber,
Reform now.
room of peace, tranquility, and not really up my alley. I mean, I do love myself investigating locked doors, but do you happen to have a library?
Or a gambling room.
Or alcohol room.
You're a child, Cryos.
Ah,
I mean, I don't know what alcohol is. I was in a bar.
Fisherman. Well, doing this one after the other. Library. We have several scrolls and tomes, all of which would be more than happy to share with you. That will be on the second subfloor. The only gambling that is, I'm not going to say allowed, but is ever really done on these premises is we take we take bets on the pugilist bouts. That's about it. And as for liquor,
I hardly know her. Sorry.
There is a rather, in my opinion, tasty choke cherry wines that we have procured and cultivated over several generations, but I'm not sure it is quite to an outsider's taste. You're welcome to try if you like. No, you are not muted.
That makes it even better.
Fair. Alright. So,
I know.
Oh,
if you recall, Oh.
Sorry, one sec. And this
No,
might be
okay.
related also to what Erta is about to ask. I know weapons here nor there. I'm fine with not having any ammunition or anything for it. That's fine. My weapon itself, the hand crossbow I had on me, even like I said, no weapon, no quiver, none of that. Can I just have that back? It's a family heirloom. I really don't like parting with it at all.
okay, make a deception check.
Okay.
Well, it would be persuasion, but it is not a family heirloom, so
Oh, that's true.
make a deception check.
Can't help himself but lie.
It became a family heirloom. He just doesn't have children.
It's my
It's a
heirloom.
future family heirloom.
It's a future family heirloom. Nah, that's. Yeah, it's not gonna make it. What's my deception?
At least +2.
It's
Super
fair,
high.
and he's gotta be
Oh,
solid.
okay, wait. I
He's like, "Oh,
forgot.
man,
I
forgot
forgot
that
what
this
character I'm
is
playing.
happening."
That's a dirty 20.
What'd you roll, a 3?
I rolled an 11.
Oh, God.
Okay. I mean, my athletics is the same. I feel you.
So yeah, he looks at you and just goes, I see you even playing for the sharpened twig. I will immobilize you again and take it.
No problem.
And he just calls out, Melva, I know you're listening. Bring us the crossbows that's not the crossbow. And you hear from over there by the stairwell, fine. And you just hear somebody skipping down some stairs, essentially.
It might be harder for you to get yours.
No, that wasn't actually my question.
Oh.
I have a spell scroll that I don't know what is. Do you guys have someone who could like identify that for me, or like do magic stuff?
We are more mystics than we are magicians. We use the energy within ourselves to perform magical, like, things. It's a bit different than manipulating the weave or the energy of nature.
Yeah.
But there are some of us who are magically inclined. I could ask them to take a look. I don't know if they can do this, but I can see.
If that's not too much trouble, that would be appreciated.
Yes. It is. You can usually find some studying in the same place we keep our scrolls. Second sublevel.
Excellent. Thank you.
And as far as doing us, as far as helping out around here, our menial tasks don't particularly concern. We don't particularly need any help with those. We have been feeding and tending to ourselves for generations upon generations. But there are some things that I can help, that you can help with. Yes, if you wish.
Yeah, just sort of
Ex-
like stuff you don't want to do or you need, random yahoos from outside to do, that sort of stuff. Was that what I was thinking?
Yes, I think there's works that might fit that criteria. Yes.
Also, the Grandmaster said we were confined to the keep. Do we have a timeline on that? I'm not in any hurry. I just sort of want to know.
That would be on her prerogative and how fast her and the other grandmasters, new and experienced,
Sure.
can relay information.
Okay. Cool.
I do not presume to give timelines to dragons.
Probably smart for all of us to do that.
Is there any more questions or requests?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I
you
can
said
think
that there was a... Sorry, my gambling sense is kicked in again. Brain running through stuff. I was thinking about books, now I'm thinking about fun things. We've got a few people here that are real... well, it's mainly Stormy, I think. Unless Iliad Airtos, y'all want to get fisticuff with it. But
Sometimes.
real hands-on.
Lodian?
The only thing I'd say is, Stormy, you might be at a small advantage by what you got going on right now. But outsiders can join in on these, what do you say, pugilist bouts?
Of course. It is the initiates. They train. You see, to master the energy of your inner body, first you must hone your outer body. And so there are various exercises that we do, and it usually culminates in pugilist bouts about once a week.
It's the next one.
Oh goodness, what day is it? Somebody roll me a d4.
I got you, because I
don't know
asked.
right now.
That is a 1.
Be fun tomorrow, unless I'm mistaken. Mostly we keep them to the adepts and the initiates, but you're free to challenge whoever you like. So,
I think I'm good. Are we do we have to worry about our own food? Is there like a cafeteria or something?
we all eat in the Grand Hall.
Can
Here's the
you
bell.
give us a tour? How about that? Maybe that.
I have other things to attend to. However,
Or someone could, not you, yeah.
yes, Ignis. And I'll kind of wave over, and you see, specifically, you recognize the face, Varen. A bit darker skinned beneath the silver sheen. This one actually has a tail whipping around just a little bit. But other than that, same silvery spine, sleeveless shirts, arms thick and corded with muscle. You can see there's almost a dirty tinge to his scales. Not quite dark skinned. That wasn't quite what I was looking for. It's almost like a dirty tinge to his scales. Yes. Would you mind? Oh, and before you get weird and paranoid, the reason why you recognize him is he's the one that yanked you into the dirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, that
He was
is
already
gonna
weird and
cause-
paranoid.
You know who
don't
you're
worry.
talking to.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I was like, wait, I didn't explain that.
I
Yeah.
was searching my backstory for something I didn't remember.
No. Yeah, I meant that in the way that he is the one that actively yanked you,
Mm-hmm.
you and your horse down to the dirt.
What a friendly guy.
And he just goes, yes, I can do this. Arch priest. So, this is the top floor. This is where we talk to dragons. When they deem to talk to us. Come. Walks down a flight. This is the 5th floor. This is where we keep anything and everything that we can for the dragons. These are scale cleaners. This is for getting bits and pieces out of their claws. And he just goes over. It's a long list of like pretty much anything you could need to clean and or care for a dragon. It is here. You
Is
didn't
there,
even know
like-
this was possible, but it's
Is
there.
there one person like tending to Gale? She's in like a little salon chair. And they're like,
Sure, yeah, fuck it,
Yes.
yeah. Once she comes down here, there's like, oh, that's a baby trick, of course.
She's like,
It's,
a
you know,
little
like cleaning out
salon thing. She's
scales.
got like cucumbers on her eyes.
Oh,
There
of
you
course,
go.
of course. Yeah. They've got one of those like those little feet that's like water and pools up around your feet, and there's a little fish. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
She's got fish eating off of her feet, and then she's
Yep.
got another bowl of fish for snacks.
Yes, exactly.
Living it up.
Significantly larger fish.
Yes.
So goes down to the 4th floor. These are the kitchens. There are dumb waiters. If you have any skill in cooking, you are always free to come up here and see what is available. Report to Ruby. She is our head chef, and she maintains stock, so she will tell you what is available and extra if you do wish to eat. Now, 2nd and 3rd floors are both. Wow, if my brain will work for me. Are both for sleeping. We will find empty rooms for you. No locks on the doors. We do allow intermingling here. However, I think it is best that you avoid wandering onto the 2nd floor, as that is where we usually allow the women and the girls to sleep. That is where you will be, if you wish. And they will motion to you, Ilya. At least at night. The 1st floor, as they walk down, is our grand hall and where we eat. And you can see it's emptied out quite a lot. It looks like the afternoon meal is over, and the training and harvest is most likely about to begin. We have 3 sublevels. And he goes down a circular staircase dug down into the rock. It finally, that like weird shifting marble fades into deep gray slate that this has been carved from. He goes down the spiral staircase, and there's a landing. The 1st floor is the room of peace and tranquility. You are not allowed in there unless you wish to swear our oaths and learn our ways. 2nd floor walks down to the 2nd floor. This one, there is an open door. You walk in and you see it's almost like honeycomb that covers 4 walls. It's a roughly 20-foot by 20-foot space. Inside each little honeycomb thing, you can see a scroll sitting. Some have been pulled out. You can see a few tables with scrolls spread across them. You see 3 individuals, 2 of the same general silvery scaled beings, and then one what looks to be an elf, a full-blooded elf, sitting at tables currently studying. They look up. These are more scholarly, interested people, so they study our text down here. We have a small collection, maybe Ilaria, what are we at? And the elf looks up. I lost my count. We have 1,365 scrolls, most of which can be read rather quickly, as they are scrolls, not books, and thus their information can be a bit lacking. 1,365. Now, the 3rd floor is where the eggs are kept. So, don't go there. Is there anything else that you would like to see?
Nothing currently, at least on my end.
Quick outside tour, and he will throw the big doors to the keep open and walk outside into the gated courtyard. It's pretty big. Like this whole thing probably covers. I mean, the tower itself is a solid. It's square. I never gave it a shape. It is square. and it's probably about roughly 200 by 200 feet. The courtyard itself is about, we'll say it covers about an acre, all completely enclosed. Points over to one corner where you can see some buildings erected. That is the Drake hatchery, and what's the old-timey word for you keep horses? I'm sorry, like I said, the sleep
Stable?
Stables. That's not old-timey. That's still can be used. So that is the Drake hatchery and stables. Points to another corner. That is the armory and blacksmiths. So, and right about now, you watch as running up, bouncing along, comes Melva. You see on her finger is Rose, and she's spinning it very poorly, kind of like a cowboy, and it's just not going well for her. She almost drops it, goes back again. Oh, I don't know what you want with this stupid thing anyways. It doesn't spin right. She will hand it off to you.
All right. I'll take it back from her.
Okay.
And then when I do,
Sure.
well, first of all, I appreciate trying to spin it like that, but here, listen, no hard feelings from before. It's just I used to be trapped in that armor as well, and here, and I don't know if you've ever seen Metal Gear Solid 3 Ocelot do the gun twirling.
Yeah, I know vaguely what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I'll take it. No, it'll work, and I'll do my little roguey spinny. Does his thing.
Yep.
It takes some practice.
Her eyes went a little wide, and then after a half second, she just goes, "Wow, that is pretty impressive. Now, if only you could get yourself a girlfriend." Oh well,
Oh, wow.
and she just jogs
That
off.
was uncalled for.
Easy there.
You
Today's
see
Go
Drew.
And
Lilia is desperately trying not to laugh.
Okay, is it more obvious this time?
Oh, it's pretty obvious that she
Okay.
is about to
She
la-
goes to
about
jog
laugh.
away, and she just calls over her shoulder, "And if you worked on a tan, you could get one too." And she just keeps jogging.
And that one makes her lose it. Absolutely makes her lose it right away.
Ertos turns to Varen and completely genuinely, how did she know you don't have a girlfriend?
I don't know.
Look at
And
him.
I'd prefer not to talk about it either.
Okay.
All right, so you all do see out in this massive area there are several of the younger peoples and older peoples. The older people appear to be more training, more of a sparring, boxing, running through forms, while the younger people are clearly being instructed by some of the more over-the-hill members of this community. But yeah, it appears to be mostly hand-to-hand. You see some knives, a couple bow staffs, a pair of glaives. One pair of folks in particular seem to be wielding glaives, and then in the far corner, you can see who appear to be the Drake riders, who are using long lances, and are currently working on using them on the ground, dismounted. All right. So, is there anything you guys want to do with the day? You're about, I'll say it's about 3 or 4, so you got some time if you want to do something.
Stormy's gonna kind of walk the training fields, just kind of watch.
Yeah, sure. Some folks will stop their training to look at you because
Yeah.
you are in very shiny and very glamorous armor. So they'll just kind of be like, "Oh, okay, that's cool," and then go back to doing what they're doing. Is there anything in particular you're looking for, or just walking the training fields?
Just kind of watching, but I'm also slightly looking for anything I could put onto my spikes to kind of dull them, so maybe I could get in on something.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. So as you're walking around, you see that the pair that's fighting with glaives in particular, they have these like leather fittings that they have over their weapons. So even if they do hit each other, it takes a lot of force out of the blow. I'm not sure.
And
Now
you're
these
gonna
are
put-
made for much bigger blades, but
But I
yeah,
can wear like oven mitts, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, that's what I was picturing actually. uh yeah, I'm just gonna go talk to the people who are training with the glaives.
Yeah, sure. It's a man and a woman. So you see them. It's a pretty good little, sparring session they've got going on, flowing very elegantly from hitting with a blade, then suddenly it's the butt, the other end of the weapon where they have a small ball meant for crushing bones, which suddenly turns into an acrobatic kick. It's a very fluid form of fighting. As you walk up, they kind of, without any real signal that you can see, they kind of break apart and kind of turn to face you, wiping some sweat off their faces. Yes, can I help you?
My mic wasn't picking up on my screen. Uh, well, see, I need to get better at combat. I don't feel very useful when I'm helping my friends. So I was wondering if I could maybe borrow some of your pads to put over my armor. So maybe I could spar with somebody.
Oh, so what trains the body trains the mind, huh? We can find something. You can take some like waves at your whole body. You can't take this off.
No, it is stuck on me.
Ah, that is quite the conundrum. How did you happen upon this armor?
We were in the Fingerling Isles, and we were in a wasn't it a Soulborn's house? Like
So this was at Vodney. Yeah, it was the old. It was you are currently wearing the armor of Captain Verlin's father.
So yeah, I just explained that.
Yeah. So they just kind of look at each other.
I even tell him
Yeah.
how Varen tried to wear it, and I point at him, and I'm like, and he couldn't get
kinda-
around. It was kind
They
of funny.
look at him and just go, "Yeah, does not look like he could support a thimble on his thumb, much less a full suit of armor."
Exactly.
So of course, I mean, there are things that we can show you, but how far exactly are you willing to take this?
Well, I don't want to kill anybody.
Oh, no. I mean, how long are you going to be with us? As
Oh,
it will
I
take
don't
time.
know. However long, I guess that we're welcome for now.
If you would go to the armorers, they should be able to set you up with some heavy leather to protect your hands, and we would be glad to teach you something. Apologies. My name is Dren. And
Dren?
this woman is my sister.
I hold out my hand to shake both of their hands, and then I also bow.
Oh yeah, they give you a little bow and they will shake your hand back.
Do they say anything about Gale? I'm assuming she's up on my shoulder. You know,
Oh yeah, sorry. I my bad. I should have assumed she's right. Yeah.
She has a necklace of like the pine tree that you hang in a car when she left.
Yeah. They look at her and they just go and they make small bows to her. Did not know that you were Drake chosen. Did you come from the Blue Keep to the north?
We kind of don't know. We found each other out on an island.
They kind kind of look at each other for a moment. I have heard of any eggs going missing or dragons traveling to islands, but I suppose in this mysterious world that we live in, who knows what has happened there? Well, if you can get yourself some mittens there, we can more than likely teach you how to be a bit more effective in combat, if you will.
Then yeah, then Storm is gonna head over to the armorer and try to get safety gloves.
Yep, they will make it for you.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So you go off the train with Deard and I'm gonna use the name Bren. It's fine. There's a million Johns. We can make it work. Yeah. The train with Bren and Deard. So what's everybody else doing? That's what's Glenn and Stormy, Gale and Stormy are doing. Jesus, I can't.
Dragon now.
I would probably. I'm going to head down to the library and read everything I can and try to take down as much information as I can and fill in that Draconic Research Journal.
I'm gonna go to the library to study as well, but also mainly because I'm just contemplating the fact that I met a dragon, didn't die, and that was despite the fact that Farron was with us. That's an accomplishment.
So, yeah. Roll me.
I really am cut out to be a hero.
Roll me a d20.
Both us?
No, sorry, just Farron.
Of course. Let's see what I get.
You want to study, all right? We'll see what you get.
15.
Roll 1. No.
15. Okay. So you pick out a random scroll. You pull it out, and it appears to, weirdly enough, be a very scientific, very. It's all in Draconics. You're not getting everything, but it's a very scientific, like, breakdown, and I'm trying to think of how to put this. Like, it's just a very thorough scientific breakdown and examination of mist and different type of water densities and when they condense and when they won't condense and all these things about the exact like proportions and how much does this stretch to this and blah blah blah, that kind of thing.
Oh, by the way, are there only scrolls, like scrolls with like information on like languages and stuff like that? Is there any like fun scrolls that might have like either pictures of dragons on them or stuff?
I will say that there
It's like
are.
the kids section of the library.
Yeah, exactly. Is there like
There's
essentially
not even pictures
all
of these
the
scrolls, and
like,
he's just throwing them. Just-
like I'm bored.
Okay. As a shitheaded kid, I say that you can definitely find maybe. Yeah. You don't find anything necessarily like that is meant for kids, but you do find a particularly interesting little scroll that is almost entirely pictures of the different growth cycles of a dragon. Very well drawn, so it's essentially like you just get to see like every life season of a dragon in exquisite detail from multiple angles. It's very pretty to look at.
Yeah,
If you're
I'd probably
looking
be
for-
looking at that scroll for a while.
Alright. So, that is what you two find. Sam? Ertos and Ilya, what do you guys got going on?
I'm actually going to try and see if there's anywhere I can get a blank journal / sketchbook here.
Okay. Yeah, so if you start walking around and asking around, you can find there's some just blank sheets of paper that you can do your best to bind together, but they don't really use like books here.
That's fine. I get blank pages, and if they have like charcoal or something, I'll just...
Yeah, oh yeah. They've got plenty of writing utensils. It's just mostly just blank pages, yeah.
Yeah, Ilya is making a makeshift. She's not binding it, but she's making a basically makeshift sketchbook type thing going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she's gonna spend some time sketching people that she sees and just whatever interesting things she sees as she's wandering around. She's just mostly wandering and keeping herself occupied.
And Ertos, what have you got?
I think I would have just tagged along with Ilya. The mystery scroll can wait, I figure. So I would have just gone with her wherever she was going.
Yep. So you go hang out. You're getting paper. When suddenly, Ertos, you feel a tap on your shoulder-ish area, like just kind of on your back.
Turn around.
You see two very long pigtails. Very bouncy step. You see Melva, and she's gonna cluster at you. Why are your scales that color?
Why is your hair that color?
Wow. So are your teeth pointy because you only eat meat? She starts like very invasively getting in your face to look at your teeth.
I don't just eat meat. I mean, I like meat, but I'll eat a
Wait,
vegetable.
what kind of meat do you
every-
like?
Wait, can you say vegetable again for me real quick in Airtos's voice? That was
You're not there. I like any kind of like fowl, like birds are probably my favorite. Which is, I know, not a popular opinion, but
Well, I just so happen to like dove myself. They are a lot of them around here. I like them a lot. So you have great taste, my friend.
I don't know if I've ever had a dove. So if you catch one or two, let me know, and I'll share with you if you want.
She kind of like kind of looks almost a little abashed, just a little bit, like a taken back at your offer. Oh, yeah, okay, sure, I can definitely let you know. Yeah, totally. If you can, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go catch.
This is another
some
Airtos
doves.
flirting
And
session.
she's gonna rush off.
Okay, bye.
so she is a child, right?
She's like,
Let's
she's like
clarify
16 or
this.
17.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
she
what
is
I
a
thought. I was
teenager.
like, wait a second.
She is an older
Yeah, okay.
teenager.
Okay, that's why I was
Somewhere,
like,
she's somewhere between like 16 to 20. I will say.
FBI open
Somewhere in that old teenager, young adult range.
I don't
Why
think
would you call the
Airtos-
FBI? I did nothing.
Yeah, Airtos wasn't flirting. You're the one who's like, oh, are they flirting with Airtos?
I don't know.
I feel like
about
we've been
that.
over this. Airtos does not know what flirting is.
Yeah, he's just honest and blunt, so it comes across as flirting.
Take notes, boys.
All right. So, if that's
You're
all you
lucky
guys
I
are doing
wasn't
for the
there.
day,
I would have been in your ear with the message bracelet. Get a little payback.
For whom?
Me, Drew.
Payback on what?
Me.
You're the one who puts your public life out there on a,
Yeah,
Discord
to be
call.
fair, your fault for leaving your headphones on as you went to pick up an order.
Yeah, how dare you
Wait,
talk
what?
to anyone in front of us ever?
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
Traveler,
what
you weren't there.
happened?
You weren't there.
you
What
missed
time
that
is it?
magical moment.
My FOMO, no. All right. So,
I wasn't there either. Don't feel bad.
are you? Okay, good. So, is there anything else that you guys want to do today?
If I get bored, I will be playing pranks as much as possible.
Prank. Give me a prank, because you will get bored. Like I said, it's only 3, and this is a
I'll set the monastery
pictures
on
are cool.
fire. Oh, I
This-
see. That type of prank.
Oh, he's an
Go
arson.
and stab
God,
someone.
Yeah.
Pranks.
Haha, pranks.
how
First,
fun.
I'd likely,
Oh,
I'd
no,
likely
I turned
climb
into
the
a
bird
mouse and
around
snuck into
looking
the
for
secret chamber.
opportunities to be entertained, and then
Roll me a
Ah.
perception check with your bird.
Yeah, but you need your bodyguard, like a modern YouTuber, to prank people in a mall, but then hide behind your bodyguard afterwards.
Oh God, no! We're not having in real life whatever that kid's name is. I
I don't
refuse.
even want to say
Jack
it.
Doherty.
That
Jack
Why
one,
would
yeah.
you say it?
don't say
So?
his name. That's bad luck.
Nah, say it 3 times and he appears type shit. So yeah, what's this prank you're gonna do? Let's hear it.
Let's see first what the perception check has for me,
Oh yes.
and that is a 12.
12?
I am not doing a good day hunted for perception checks.
As your hawk is flying up and about. He sees everybody training. He sees on the outside of the walls some of the more the people who don't appear quite as athletic or just don't appear to be the warriors are currently harvesting and planting and just tending to some gardens on the outside of the walls. The Drake Riders have moved on. They've now mounted up on their Drakes. There are 10 of them in total. And they're currently, just doing some practicing of formations and stuff like that. The younger class folks, so people who are, it looks like they start training somewhere around the age of very young, like 5 or 6. And the oldest appearing to be somewhere around 16, all kind of are lining up, running through drills. You see one bigger kid in particular. His scales have a slightly greenish tint to them, which kind of marks it as being different.
I think I have my target. Okay, so I'd probably be interested by the guys fighting, because fighting's somewhat entertaining, and I'd probably use Mage Hand to cause something to either fall on one of the guys from a high distance, or to just trip one of them.
Yeah, or you
So-
could like make your familiar poop on them, but yeah, sure. Dropping
Okay.
objects from high.
You know, because
Well,
small
okay,
damage
I'm
is
not that
okay.
nasty. And it
No,
is
no,
pretty-
no one say anything. Let's just see what
That is-
happens.
Yeah, let's see what
Yeah,
happens
just
here.
let him do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
roll.
I'd like to
You know
point
what?
out here,
You know what?
Baron's in the library. This is
Being a
not-
good
And
little
I'm
boy.
somewhere drawing flowers, okay? I'm
Roll
not
a
there.
D100 for me to see what you
Corby's
find
having
that
an
is
anime
high up.
style fight with these two people with glaives right
I'm
now.
aware of what is too high.
Ericos is being accosted by children, so
So let's
Yeah,
do it at
pretty
D100. 36.
36. Okay. As your familiar flies up and is sort of looking around, you find some things that are high up, because their little class is more towards the keep. On several windows and small balconies. I mean, there's
Well, I'd grab,
there's
so,
a couple
so
little
look-
potted plants. There's a broom that got set out on a balcony. There is a small sofa on one of the top on the third
Is
floor.
there?
that has some pillows.
Could I find any of the loose of those leather things that that they put on the weapons?
Oh yeah, sure. You can run by the armor and go find those. Sure.
Yeah, I'm
There's
gonna have my bird try to drop one of the leather things on top of the heads of one of the guys fighting.
Sure. Sorry, on one of the guys fighting or one of the kids? The younger class or the normal
Making an
folks?
adult would be much funnier. I would definitely try to do it on an adult.
Okay, sure. Just roll a quick dexterity check. Not really an attack roll per se.
So Kiros
With
was
your
marveled that he
hawks.
survived an interaction with the dragon and said, "You know what? I'm gonna fuck with the
not
people
stupid
that
enough to
worship
fuck with
the
a
dragon."
10.
10.
I'm not
Okay.
stupid enough to fuck with a dragon, but
So you watch
Hey,
as your
boy.
hawk swoops and drops it, and it just clips the guy on the left shoulder. And in his moment of distraction, you watch as it goes from like this very intense, like it's a blur of fists, to suddenly he looks slightly to his left and he just eats a punch to the face. I am talking, this is full contact, just brutal. Knocks him back and he sits down and just goes. They look down and they see the leather thing and they look up and see your hawk. And he just goes, the fuck? Okay. Yeah, you cause something to be absolutely walloped in the face. And then unless somebody else.
Absolutely perfect kid mischief.
Yeah. Unless somebody has something more specific.
I mean, I guess
You
I'll
all will
spend
notice.
after my scroll mishap. I'll spend the rest of my time studying my journal to learn more Draconic.
Sure. Well, we'll say you get another 4 hours. Well, roll the intelligence check. Sorry, let's do this proper.
Oh man!
You got this. You got
I
this.
also
You're
realized I was correct because I was correct. I am only 100 hours left in Draconic because I'm halfway on Gnomish.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Okay, so you get all 4. You can knock another 4 off. So after that, it's about 6 o'clock maybe. and you all hear a bell. Bang, 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 bang. And everybody kind of stops what they're doing. You've noticed that the people who are tending farms on the outside all start walking in with their tools on their shoulders. And everybody starts walking in to gather in the Great Hall.
Oh, but are they calm when this is happening? This isn't
Yeah,
like a
yeah, this is-
call to arms, right?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
This appears to be dinner.
Okay. I thought this was we're under attack. I was like, oh, sick.
Snack attack.
So yeah, you all gather around. You see, you gather around. You see people like it's very clear that like there's no necessarily assigned seating, but like these people live here. They have their preferred seats. There's some, especially on the one table that appears to be like for the farmers, the non-warriors, and the other people. There is a fair amount of space for you guys to sit if you would like. You can see on almost like you know how they had those old school like laundry what are they called, like the laundry chutes that you could lower them down.
A dumbwaiter.
Oh, the
A dumbwaiter, that's what I was. Yeah, you see some 3 dumbwaiters slide open with some fairly it's basic but hearty food. Some potatoes, some broccoli, all very lightly cooked up with just a little bit of garlic and some onions sautéed in there, and then just some hunks of venison and a little bit of bread. Folks start grabbing plates, setting them out. You notice nobody's eating yet, though. They're just portioning everything off. So, are you guys going to eat from this food, or are you going to eat from others' food, or your own food? What's the plan?
Yeah, I figured I would just follow suit with what everybody else was doing.
Yeah, when in
Alright.
Rome.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Alright,
One in a row.
So you got the food. Once again, nobody's taken a bite yet. Everybody gets their plate. You see there's like a little minor scuffle between the one taller, slightly green-tinted youth and a smaller, what appears to be a half-elven kid, before he kind of pushes the half-elven kids away. Everybody still settles down at the table. Vadros walks out, and he kind of takes a cup, raises it up, and just goes, "My friends, you never know how many tomorrows you have. So make sure to enjoy your todays, yes?" And then with that, he drinks it and kind of like puts his cup down on the table. "Let's eat, huh?" And he starts. That was not the right accent. Whatever. And he will start digging into his food.
Yeah, just start eating.
Yep, alright. After that, unless you guys have anything else you would like to do, just the day goes pretty quiet. Are you guys going to try and request group housing, or?
They said
Everyone
we
have
were
an
going to be
individual
provided with
room?
something, so
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I was.
Take
Yeah,
whatever we're given.
I would prefer us to all stay together, but I mean that's up to everybody else. Also.
Yeah.
yeah.
well, they'll come up and yeah.
It's up to what they
They'll
give
come
us, because
up.
I'm not willing to fight with the team that has a dragon.
Not willing to fight him. Willing to prank him, though.
Hey, I'm not pranking a dragon. I'm pranking an adult who
Oh, you're just
worships
now you're
the
just a
dragon.
coward.
Yeah, you're not arguing with a dragon for more rooms. You're arguing with an adult.
Who works for the dragon?
So,
Okay, fair enough.
what the fuck? Sorry, somebody
Uh-huh.
said something that was really weird. So, you see, words, and they have meaning. Vadros walks down and walks over to you guys. Well, I have found. I have a pair of options. You can have one large room, and we've managed to requisition a number of beds, not as much space, or you can each have individuals if you would like. We have some open room after current events.
I'm guessing individuals aren't going to be close to each other.
They're scattered about most of the 3rd floor. However, I did find one for you on the 2nd, and he directed that at you, Ilya.
Unless everyone wants to go their separate rooms, I think just staying in one large one's probably the best. But
Yeah.
I'll conform to what you guys want.
You're always welcome.
Last time we split up rooming, Stormy got attacked.
Ah,
We got attacked by what?
Oh, yeah, kid. You don't know this.
You'll see.
Yeah, you'll probably find out eventually. There's a bird. Don't worry about it. Just don't get hit by it, but don't worry about it.
Badgers? Does the entire
Yeah.
animal kingdom not like you guys?
I don't know, some evil...
Dragons love me. And like games.
They're not
Certain
true,
ones,
princess.
like certain ones of us, it's fine.
the large rooms it is.
Yes, please, the large room.
Alright, I will show you the as you guys are, you guys go to make your way towards the stairs. Hey, hey, Kairos, make me a dexterity saving throw real quick.
Dexterity saving throw?
Yep, dexterity saving throw.
17.
Okay. So you're walking, and you're walking, and then suddenly you feel a hand grab your ankle, and you half trip. You kind of catch yourself, you know, you almost wobble, you sink to a knee. You look down and you just see some fingers, like, giving you a little wave as they sink down into the floor like it's stone.
Oh, motherfucker.
How would Kiros respond to that? Probably just a nod of respect. You know what? Actually, that's a good one. I gotta give it to him. Yeah, that's a good one. He'd probably be spooked at first, but once you realize what happened, he'd be like, ah, no, you know, actually, that's a pretty good one.
So, you all, go up. You find a room. It's fairly spare. You can kind of tell from, like, patterns where there's not a lot of dust buildup that this held other people at one time, but it's kind of all been moved for 5 bunks. Some basic footlockers if you guys want to store anything here, but yeah, you all have a space to sleep.
Hooray.
I turned one footlocker into a bed for Gale.
Fair.
I put pillows in it.
Next thing we know, the rooms explode, and an evil bird person comes out.
Yes.
Not this time.
No.
Immediately after
Alright.
tripping you, he comes out. Yeah.
Evil. Actually, to be fair, isn't the other thing the bird's ability? Nah, this is probably a stone thing. What's that ability? Walk through stone?
Something
Mid
like
with
that.
I mean,
Mid
he
with
Oh.
exists in the ethereal plane, so I'm guessing
Yes.
that was what he was doing, was peeking out of the ethereal plane.
Well, no, that's what the bird did. This guy who tricked me is probably just doing
Was-
walk through stone.
Yeah, it was just a dude.
Yeah, it was just the
Pass
dude I
through stone.
friends.
There is a name for it. I
Yeah,
think it's pass through stone.
Yeah, pass
technically.
through
Yeah.
stone. That's
Or
it.
Earth Genasi garbage.
Is he an Earth Genasi?
You all.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Good point.
So
Level up.
you all
We
lay
level
down
up.
in your beds and fall into a nice and deep sleep. And that will be the end of today's session. Did everybody have
Oh,
fun?
sh-
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
myself, you asshole. You know, can't hit me with my character's a traitor.
Hey, you deleted his character sheet. This is what
That's-
you get.
Yeah, that's
Because he's
exactly.
a traitor.
Yeah.
You don't get to be upset. You did yeet the character out of existence.
Yeah, you-
so.
You
Eat it,
literally,
so.
you gave me free reign. You
I
said,
know.
do what you will. And I thought, ooh, I can make this even worse. And so
So-
I did.
I will give a warning. If I keep getting bored, I'm gonna next prank the party. So
Oh, fair.
yeah.
Stormy
it's-
will hit you.
Think of some good pranks
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
be prepared.
I may even cooperate. I may even cooperate with if it's an Earth Genasi, that Earth Genasi, but whoever it was, he's smart. He's got good ideas.
All right.
Damn.
So,
we
any
didn't
questions,
die.
comments, complaints,
Yeah,
or
we didn't
concerns?
die. Baron didn't get us killed by a dragon. That's
I was in.
Always
There's
great.
no way. There is no way that I. Like.
Don't even finish that sentence.
don't
You know there is a way.
you know
damn well
there's
know
a
there's a way.
because there's a will, and the will is within you.
I would have felt so bad if me opening my mouth caused us to fight a dragon. Because
Fight? You mean get murdered? Yeah.
Yeah,
You mean
we
step,
wouldn't
step away
fight.
while
It
it
wouldn't
kills
be
you?
a
Yeah, I
fight.
wouldn't be surprised too. I wouldn't be surprised.
It
Yeah,
could
I mean,
have. It
I am
depends
We
on
all
lucky.
how you
broke
would
our
react
face
to it.
and not flinch.
Varen was very lucky in the single point that I have so many things that, incidentally, I can do while I'm bound and gagged. Just
That's
because
true.
of the way my character is, like, oh, I need to cast this spell. Well, I have one at the
What?
beginning of the day for free that I can just do because, sure. And my weapon, yeah, sure, it could just come back to me. Like, I was originally, as I was gonna say, I had half a thought where I was like, oh, I can just release my bindings now? Okay. I was gonna summon the dagger to my hand and open my bindings and just take off my own gag. And I was like, you know, probably don't want to summon my weapon in front of the big dragon. So maybe I won't do that.
Yeah, that's a
See,
pretty good
guys,
idea.
I
Wow.
am learning.
So you're learning.
Yeah, you've learned. You've grown.
I'm so proud of you.
You know what? I couldn't be prouder.
I could.
I
I
didn't shoot.
want to
I
just
didn't shoot
run-
the
I
giant
just want to
plant
shake your
island.
hand.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
this
you
time it was
did.
the dragon, but
poke
yeah,
the
you
bear
didn't shoot
this
the dragon
time.
this time.
Thank you for not upsetting the dragon. But more importantly,
Yes.
Traveler, did you have fun?
Oh, I had a blast. Like I
Woo!
said, I've had this stuff cooking since my Celio. I'm glad I'm getting to
Yeah, same.
showcase it off. That
I
was-
mean,
yeah.
my hope is
I
that
know I have his backstory somewhere. I just have to look.
my hope is that it wasn't actually Mycelio. You know what I mean? Like I
I'm
hope.
sure he was
yeah.
there, but clearly he didn't know, you know?
Yes.
Well, didn't we send
Maybe
didn't
he
we
did.
use sending to him like not too long ago?
We
Yeah,
did.
did.
the spell went through, but he didn't respond. So I know he's
Probably
alive.
because he's in jail.
Yeah, and based on
But-
what they said, he's in captivity. That means he's probably unable to speak right now, or he couldn't at that moment.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This smells like my thought was this smells like Unipo starting a war between the Tyranny and Dragons. Was
I
my
wouldn't put it past him.
original thought when that was happening. It's like, oh, this is a setup.
Yeah,
but-
that makes sense. That is something he would do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed, and
Yep.
Ahoo.
Yep.
we'll be here next week.
Okay, so can we just explain to Traveler what happened?
That's crazy.
I will. So I hope everybody enjoyed, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.